So it was only a couple of months ago that Jak Daxter received its most insane mod yet for the OpenGoal PC version, the Half-Life conversion mod, which literally transforms Jak Daxter into a first-person shooter and also ports in Half-Life's movement and gameplay. This pretty much brings two games together to fuse a brand new experience. But this insanity has happened yet again, this time around with Super Mario 64 created by Zed. Swapping out Jak with Mario and his complete kit, this is like a one-to-one port of Mario from 64 put into Precursor Legacy. Along with that, we've also got a ton of music changes as well. This idea to bring the gameplay of one game into the world of another game is simply ingenious, and it works so well here in Jak Daxter. It's kind of insane. I really hope that this trend of mod continues for Precursor Legacy, because I'm starting to think like, wow, what would it be like with Crash Bandicoot, or maybe Sora from Kingdom Hearts 2? Hell, why don't we chuck Rayman into this? Now, at first I thought to myself, oh cool, this is gonna be super fun. This is happy-go-lucky Mario from the 3D platformer that really kick-started off the genre. But in reality, this transforms Precursor Legacy into hard mode. I am not even kidding. Now look, I didn't grow up playing Nintendo 64, and furthermore, playing Super Mario 64. It wouldn't be until around 2008 that I discovered emulation for the first time that I would finally get my greasy fingers on this game. So I don't have the deep-rooted experience with SM64 and the movement of Mario in that game. I wouldn't exactly classify myself as a seasoned veteran. Growing up, Crash, Ratchet, Sly, Spyro, Rayman were sort of more my speed. So this mod ended up folding me inside out and gave me a pretty damn good spanking. I don't think I've ever died this much in Precursor Legacy. Because this is a one-to-one port of Mario's movement from Super Mario 64, it comes with basically all of the same quirks found in his respective game. I really wouldn't deem the movement of Mario in SM64 to be fluid. It's honestly kind of jank and very hard to go back to nowadays. 3D platformers really did come a long way in the sense of movement and control fluidity after the release of this game. Especially if we're talking about precision platforming, this is definitely not Mario's strong suit when looking at his 64 kit. And that's kind of a problem here, considering that there is a little bit of precision platforming throughout Jak and Daxter. Jak obviously feels a lot more fluid to control, and precision platforming is kind of a cakewalk with him. Don't get me wrong though, Mario certainly does have his benefits here that can be applied into the levels of Precursor Legacy to give you some pretty interesting results, including skips. The classic kick jump, triple jump, the insanely long jump. However, turning Mario on a small platform or trying to judge the distance of a certain jump or knowing exactly where you're going to land is a little bit of a nightmare. Just like in the original game, if there is a slight diagonal surface that Mario runs over, 9 times out of 10, this boy is going to slide on his ass. This happens all the time in Precursor Legacy, as there's a lot of slanted surfaces. Also, jumping into walls is a big no-no. That's going to concuss the boy. And unless we're talking about Super Smash Bros., Mario isn't exactly a combat specialist, and as we know, Jak is an action platformer. So when it comes to fighting the lurkers of Precursor Legacy, this serves to be a bit of a problem. This man is built more so for running and jumping. All enemies can be killed with his punch and kick along with his butt slam, and some, not all, can be defeated with Mario's dive. It also looks like Mario has his original collision box for his character just as it is in Super Mario 64 here in Precursor Legacy, which is cool, that's accurate. But obviously this is very different to Jak's, which means that there is certainly some jank and bugs here where the level can't properly collide with the player character, causing some very strange things to happen. However, believe it or not though, this all works. From start to finish, you can complete the Precursor Legacy as Mario. And I'm gonna show you exactly what that journey looks like. Mario is literally raring to go right here already on the main menu screen. This is beautiful. One of the wisest men on the planet. What the fuck is he doing? There he is! I don't know what's going on with him. Is this how he deals with seasickness?
All green stuff told us not to come here.
Oh my god, dude, this is great. Oh man, Mario, you're so not slick. The boys are currently in Metal Gear Solid stealth mode. There is nothing going on in that brain of Mario's right now. I think he's really just dumbfounded that he's found himself in a 4K PlayStation 2 world. This is an insane screen grab, by the way, and it's 100% real. Like, this is authentic.
I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened. What?
Ridley Scott's Alien. It's a me, Nintendo protagonist. By the way, Mario's movement here with this mod is tied to the frame rate of the game. So if you're playing at above 60 frames per second, his animation speed increases to a point where even Sonic the Hedgehog would be jealous. This is why even at 60 frames per second, his animations look a little bit jittery. So here we are on Geyser Rock. Now at first, it took me a little while to figure out how to bust open these Scoutfly crates, but it turns out that because Mario's ass is made out of titanium plates, the butt slam works the absolute treat. Also, I should mention this now, even the power cell animation plays out, but like Mario obviously doesn't really have many animations to go with this, so he'll do his little thing at first, and then he'll just kind of like awkwardly stand there. I made the mistake of long jumping right over this power cell into the water, and by the way, yes, all of Mario's swimming mechanics are here. He swims, he can float, he can dive, he can do the swimming thing. It's pretty impressive, to be honest. So I found myself in a little bit of a predicament where I was like, oh, how do I get back up to that power cell? It's on this ledge. This is a problem. It's alright though, because Mr. Springtoes here has that launch power. It's kind of crazy like how well the swimming is working here with Mario. This is not his game. This is not his pad. So I don't know, he's just making himself at home here in Jak Daxter's Ocean. It feels quite natural. Alright, it's the bird power cell. Let's see how we can pull this off with Mario. Unstoppable force, quick as lightning. You're kidding me. I'm actually really sad about that. That's annoying. The dog? Wait, what?
Don't worry.
Wait. Come on, baby. Okay. What? What? Wait, what the Help? That's another dog. What the just happened? Oh, come on!
Poor dear's okay. Here's a power cell.
The low health sound effects and animations playing during the cutscene. I think this man ate some expired spaghetti. Oh, this is 10 out of 10 experience so far. Like, mod of the year as far as I'm concerned.
I would have pledged my word that I had 90 of them.
You're not gonna believe how we wrangle up the cows here. Look at him go, dude! I mean, this is a lot more respectful than Jack's way of punching the cow straight up the ass. Hold on tight, Mr. Hooves. I will deliver you home safely. I'll be straight with you. I did try to steal some of the farmer's cows, and it turns out that the game just straight up doesn't allow you to do this. There's an invisible magical barrier that the farmer has set up where the cow will be caught in that barrier and is unable to go any further. Big sad about this one. I was trying to bring one home as a pet. Now, we all know that the fishing minigame in Jak and Daxter is like the point where you got up to as a kid and you hated it. There were probably many controllers thrown halfway across the country in sheer frustration of this minigame. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, it gets even harder here. Because Mario don't need no net. Nah, this man just jumps straight into the stream itself and catches these bad boys with his bare hands. This means we have to catch 200 pounds of fish by walking into them. Easier said than done though, because half the time Mario wants to swim in the stream rather than run through it, which it's incredibly annoying. And number two, maneuvering Mario, like turning him around, positioning him in the right position it's awkward most of the time. So I found that it's just best to take this mini game as slow as possible. Try to walk as him. If he slips on his ass, don't try to panic or jump or do anything. Just let him get back up on his feet. When you've caught about 100 pounds of fish, fish, then you'll have a whole swarm of the purple eels come through. At this stage, it's best to just jump out of the stream. Although don't wander off too far, because I had a few moments there where I like completely lost track of Mario. I don't know where he went. He just went for a walk down to the shops or something. Oh my god, I think I jumped too far beyond the dock. Like, I don't know where he's gone. I've lost track of the man. Yeah, I think I've lost this one. So this minigame took me quite a while, 24 minutes to be precise. Countless times of getting incredibly close to finishing it. You are absolutely joking. Oh my god. By the way, jumping over a purple eel doesn't work. It still detects that you've just caught the purple eel. But we persevered and ended up making Mr. Fisherman here very happy. So Forbidden Jungle's when the platforming really starts to kick in. Watch me try to get the Scoutfly on top of this tree trunk here. It's absolutely embarrassing. Yeah, in the end, I just thought, fuck it, I'm gonna let that fly suffer. I also got this interesting death cam, where Daxter's head is literally coming out of Mario's ass. So, after repairing the power connection and carefully avoiding snakes, we make our way into the Forbidden Temple. Honestly, taking in this view never gets old, but this time with a little bit of Mario juice. I was a little bit scared walking in here just because of the precise platforming with the small moving platforms, but it's actually a cakewalk. With the long jump, we can skip all of the pits. And would you look at that, the blue eco launch pads even work as Mario. So what's boss number 1 like? Well, much like the original experience, honestly not too hard. The scariest thing here is actually the small little creepy crawlies that chase you. You obviously have to defeat them in order to make the boss vulnerable. But yeah, same goes here. Just jump up onto the top leaf and smack this boy straight in the chin, this time as Mario. And we're off to Misty Island, home of the Gravy of Darkness, and this boy is holding on for his dear life. The last time we were here, we did an epic grenade jump skip to get this power cell. So this time around, rather than doing that, we're gonna use the power of nothing but Italian legs. Now, the first obstacle of Misty Island is the arena ambush. And at first, I really did try to square up with these fellas, but due to the sheer amount of them, it's about as useless as trying to fight a horde of vampires with a salami stick. I'm realizing now, though, that's kind of stupid to say, because salami is generally infused with garlic. Vampires hate garlic, so in actual fact, a salami stick would be quite an effective weapon against a horde. Okay, anyway, it wasn't working. Though while I was trying to do this, I figured out you can just do a backflip to jump up here to grab the power cell without even needing to finish the ambush. However, I found the best course of action here is to let the lurker friend up the top on the cannon shoot down his bags of gunpowder to destroy his own friends. I know, it's borderline psychotic, but it works. I fell down to the bottom of the ship and decided to see if I could mosey my way over to the scaffolding without being eaten by the lurker shark. Mission successful, so I thought, alright, let's see if we can get this power cell, which usually requires the Zuma, but as Mr. Italian Man. And, oh, would you look at that, it turns out we can do exactly that. Gorgeous. You're probably curious to know how the Zuma works with this mod. Upon using it, Mario will spawn like a hoverboard thing or something. He's floating on a small object there. What is that? Kind of looks like a gray avocado, so let's just go with the magical avocado. The controls of this are actually a lot tighter than the Zuma. There's only one problem with Mario's Zuma here, though. If you crash into a wall or object, he'll instantly dismount the magical avocado. So yeah, try not to do that. Oh, and also sometimes the camera has a hard time keeping up. You'll get some weird, wacky field of view and the camera will get like stuck on parts of the level. This happens quite a lot in the Precursor basin. Oh, for fuck's sake, there he is. The part of Misty Island I hate the utmost. Trying to capture the sculptor's muse. Oh, okay, that wasn't hard. I was expecting a migraine in this section, but I guess there's no migraine on the itinerary for today. Ah, good old Fire Canyon. Yeah, try not to crash here, mainly because Daxter will literally become cremated. One big thing that's different about the Zuma here is you don't actually have to pay attention to the temperature, so like you don't have to bother collecting the air balloons or anything like that. You can just breeze your way down the lava road. It's great. Finally, I have returned home. Seriously, I love Rock Village. I cannot say this enough. The atmosphere, the vibes, the coziness, the My god, I love this level design. So I ended up spending the next 10 minutes trying to see if I could reach Boggy Swamp without needing to pay for the bridge. This definitely turned out to be a science experiment for a little bit. He's right there. He is right there. Is he gone? Is he gone? Whoop! Come on, jump, 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 get up there! He's literally just circling. Stupid fish. Stupid big-ass fish. Climb! Oh my god, dude, go! Ah, stupid big-ass fish. Alright, we did it. Very nice. That only took 10 minutes of my life. So after getting soft-locked here in Boggy Swamp, I eventually made it up to this little platform that's going to allow me to long jump to the end of the level so that I can play it backward. A little bit similar to what we did with the Half-Life mod. And yes, Yellow Eco does work. I suppose you could consider this to be Fire Flower. It basically works the exact same. Just punch and a little fireball will come out. Now I'll be real with you, I was scared of Boggy Swamp, shaking in my wee little boots. This is the point of the game where the platforming starts to pick up quite a lot. It starts to get a little bit more precise and technical. And what's annoying about this place is if I fall into the sticky tar as Mario, it's incredibly hard to drag my nuts out of it. The rat minigame isn't any different here as you're still thrown into first-person view. From here, I decided to turn back around and just progress through the level the way I should. I eventually got up to the swing pole section, and this is when I really started to tremble. What's interesting is Mario cannot use the swing poles. So I suppose this is the perfect opportunity to put both the calf and thighs to the test.
Glorious.
Another troublesome part of Boggy Swamp is the arena ambush. Now at first, I did in fact get my socks removed. I then realized if you pick up Yellow Eco and go into first person view, at least in this specific spot where I'm standing on the Yellow Eco spawn, the enemies will think that I'm wearing Harry Potter's cloak of invisibility. Yeah, for some reason they think I'm putting on a show of sorts, like I'm a magician about to pull a rabbit out of a hat. The Flop Flat section is obviously completable as just Mario due to those Italian legs. But I did want to see what happens if you jump on Flat Flat as Mario. Oh nice, we become Birdman amalgamation. Damn it, I was really expecting some kind of Yoshi nonsense. Oh god, next up is the underwater Precursor City. Yeah, so we're off to a great start, but to being honest, this is exactly how I expected it would go. Alright, check this out. Yes! Okay, that's embarrassing. Easy. Easy. Steady. Steady. Steady on. Yes! Yes! I'm unstoppable after many deaths. You know Super Mario 64's slide sections, you know, in Cool Mountain, the part of the game that, like, most people dread? Well, I thought I was in for a little bit of that here in the underwater city. Turns out that this slippery still ain't shit. Yeah, Mario can just run down the slide section, which, honestly, I am not complaining. Though I wanted to be a little bit authentic, so I tried to replicate the whole slide thing. It's just not the same. Funnily enough, though, Mario is an unstoppable force while he's on the slide, because he can still break the steel crates by just simply walking into them. Oh, God. Oh, oh shit. Damn it. No, oh, this is gonna be painful. And it was. Oh, what? What's he doing? Butter toad. Oh, shit salad. Awesome. I just walked off! Awesome! Pistachios. Woohoo! My nuts. Fuck! But then I realized something. I can just long jump over without activating the trigger that starts bringing the dark gravy up. I'm a genius!
Here we go!
Hey, don't judge me. So it was onwards and upwards to the Precursor Basin. So there's two ways to approach this. You can either go on Mario's magical avocado, or you can do this on foot. some of it. I managed to chase the giant squirrels and also get my daily cardio in, so that's a win. Unfortunately, you can't cure the dark eco plants on foot, as the green eco vent doesn't fill you with the power of pesticides. But I was successful in pulling off the race on foot. Literally only just. Holy Next up we have the Big Bad Claw, and I really thought that this was going to be excruciating, but it turned out to be pretty easy breezy. To be fair, I actually found Claw harder using the Half-Life mod. Turns out that Mario is actually a badass bitch when it comes to boss fights. So for the mountain pass, we're supposed to use the magical avocado here to race the 3 lurkers to the end of the pass. Haha, we're Mario. That's actually his full name, search it up. We quite literally took on Sonic the Hedgehog at the Olympics, so there is no way I'm using that thing. It's time to make Daddy proud. And I did it, but I kind of forgot that you have to smack the dude at the end. So technically, like, the 3 lurkers on the bikes, the flying bike things, they bet me, but I still won, I guess. So yeah, I'll take that. I hate this place. And to no one's surprise, yes, it is even worse as Mario. So the centipedes and the dark eco crystals here, like, they're fine. Getting those power cells, they're pretty straightforward. Along with the spider run, Mario can just skip and hop right over them. Getting this power cell up here, oh, Now there are 2 power cells in this room where the Precursor robot is, and I spent, oh man, a painful amount of time trying to figure out how to at least get the one that's on top of the robot. You gotta make your way up the scaffolding. What I forgot was, I'm pretty sure there's no way to even get that power cell, because you gotta use a series of pole swings to get up there. So I have no idea if this is an impossible power cell, along with the other one that's on the other side of the room where it's more pole swinging. I don't know, maybe some Super Mario 64 speedrunning gods might have some kind of movement tech up their wizard sleeve. I don't know. Is this possible? Maybe. Is it possible for me? No! By far, the worst part of the spider caves, though, is absolutely the Cave of Darkness. Usually, this is fine. It's not even really a problem. Here, though, here with good old Mr. Italian Plumber Man, Mr. Yippee! Woohoo! Trying to go through this with Super Mario 64 Mario turns this whole entire situation into a Crash Bandicoot death route. I really didn't think I could dislike the spider caves any more than I already do, but on this day, that has changed very much. So, Snowy Mountain. Honestly, this level wasn't too bad at all. I actually really enjoyed this level as Mario. Really didn't come across anything too stressful. Oh my god, there is no way! There is no way! Ah, the lava tube. So this was pretty much smooth sailing, though this is where I struggled with the camera trying to keep up with Mario riding on the avocado. Because the camera's trying to get a wide-angle shot for some type of Red Bull promotional video, it means that it's incredibly hard to determine where the placement of Mario is, and exactly whereabouts I'm gonna be when I land, or try to position him somehow. It's incredibly annoying. And we're here at the home stretch of the adventure, Goal and Maya's Citadel. This place, along with the spider caves, is easily like the hardest part of the adventure, without a doubt. There's only one section here that I really truly struggled with. We've got to save 3 of the sages, but of course there are 3 different obstacle courses we've got to maneuver through in order to get to them. 2 of them are pretty easy, but one in particular rinsed me like a tea towel. It's the Blue Sage section, which I honestly wasn't expecting to be a challenge whatsoever, because, like, generally speaking, as Jak, it's not. I mean, really, none of Precursor Legacy is really that hard, but things kind of change here with Mr. Mario. And it's crazy too, because there's only about 7 platforms you need to cross, and then the difficulty spike just completely drops off. But these 7 platforms, I'm just gonna be straight, f***ed me up. If you're a Super Mario 64 overlord and the skill set runs throughout your DNA stream, then I'm sorry, this is probably gonna be incredibly painful for you to watch. I'm sure a lot of this video is probably painful for you to watch. No! Shit! Come on! Okay. Huh? Sweet! Boy! Help! Beans! Panini! Shit! Really? Awesome! Awesome! Hummus! I'm losing it! Spaghetti! My thumbs are sweating! Ah! Bro! Yep. Yep. Oh my god! Oh, I have never been happier to be standing on a rusty dinner plate. Oh, thank god. Just so long as I can finish the rest, but I'm pretty sure we got this. Oh my god, thank god that's done. It's done. It is done. Yeah, definitely the worst part of the game. So after much pain, it was finally time to take on the final boss. Okay, let's try that again. After much pain, it was finally time to take on the final boss. Yeah, so there is a bug. I'm sure it'll probably end up getting fixed, but for the time being, you cannot use the elevator to get to the top of the Citadel. Now, this took a little bit of tinkering, but I managed to activate the debug menu via the secret debug code. Doing this allowed me to free cam all the way up to the top and then respawn the player character back in. This way, I could mosey my toes over to Goal and Maya. So, the final boss experience, what's it like? Honestly, it's no harder than playing as Jak, and that's kind of a running theme here. Any of the boss fights throughout Jak and Daxter as Mario are fine. They're not hard. The biggest thing that I was personally scared of was the dark eco beasts, but they were a breeze as we've got yellow eco, so no big deal. It's your standard state of affair, nothing out of the ordinary, aside from the fact that we're now kicking ass as Mario. And to top this all off, we get the beautiful victory dance. Look at him go. So that's the Super Mario Legacy mod for Precursor Legacy. If you're a fan of SM64 and you enjoy the moveset there, then you're going to love this. Or if you're just craving a harder challenge mode for Jak and Daxter, definitely give this a shot. It raises the difficulty up several tiers. I only managed to get 76 out of the 101 power cells in the game. Some were honestly just so difficult to obtain, but I'm sure that some SM64 veterans out there will completely nail this, along with achieving total completion with all of the Precursor orbs too. It's bizarre that this thing even exists. We're in a timeline now where Jak and Daxter, the entire trilogy, works flawlessly on PC, and custom content like this actually exists for the game. It's weird when you think about it. People are like, I want this game to go into this game and mix the two together, and people just do it. It's magic. I don't know how they're pulling this kind of nonsense off. And I really do hope we see more of these types of mods. There is so much potential here. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. It would mean the world to me if you could slippity slap, like give it a hard beating, that like button. It helps me out more than you know. And subscribe to keep up with all the nonsense. A big shout out to my wonderful patrons and YouTube members. I hope each and every one of you are having a fantastic day, and we'll chat again real soon.